Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you are all in good condition. Always take care of yourself and follow the SOP set by the government as the COVID-19 situation is getting worse at our country. Stay at home if there is nothing to do at the outside of house. So, before we start, I will introduce myself. First, my name is Muhammad Hairul bin Mustafa and my number matrix is 07DKA20F2010.
This video I want to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Asrif and I am from DKA1A. My matrix number is 07DKA20F2072. I think that's all about myself. Also, I will see you later.
Today, me and my friend which is Muhammad Asrif will present about eSport. We have broken our speech into 4 parts. The first part is definition eSport, second part is advantages eSport, the third part is disadvantages of eSport, and lastly is our conclusion of eSport. eSport, which is also known as electronic sport, is a form of competition using video game. eSport often take the form of organized multiplayer video game competition, especially between professional players, individually or as a team. Although organized competitions have long been part of video game culture, these were largely among amateurs until the late 2000s, when participation by professional players and spectators in the event via live streaming saw a huge increased popularity. In 2010, eSport was an important factor in the video games industry, with many game developers actively planning and providing funds for tournaments and other events. By the end of 2010, it is estimated that the number of eSports spectators will increase to 454 million spectators, with revenue increasing to more than $1 billion and brought a lot of profit to the industry involved. When we look at the positive aspect of eSport, we find numerous advantages. The first advantage we get from this eSport is players are not as exposed to the risk of injury as in real sport. Real sports like football are quite dangerous when compared to eSport. This is because real sports like football involve physical contact, which is at risk of causing injury to the limbs such as broken bones. eSport does not have the risk of injury like real sport because it is an indoor sport. eSport also does not use a lot of movement, so the risk of injury is very minimal. For example, we can look at the sports like rugby. The sport has a serious injury risk. Among the example of injuries that can get while playing rugby are shoulders and knees can be dislocated and broken. Although various efforts have been made to make rugby less dangerous, but threats and risks are remain. So, here it can be seen that eSport gives space to the community to become athletes without injuring themselves. Next, the advantage of eSport is a medium that is a great way to socialize. Actually, playing online games is also one of the best ways to socialize with people all over the world. It connects you to the players around the world and increases your communication skill. So, just being in the vicinity of your room, you converse and play with like-minded people in the world. It is also a great way of relaxing that you get to talk to them about your favorite games. It also improves self-confidence and gives exposure. Players all around the world are now able to connect on gaming platform. For example, FIFA arranges a yearly tournament, FIFA eSport World Cup, that involves players from all sides of the world to participate and compete against each other. Lastly, playing online games is advantageous as it sharpens cognitive skill. Cognition refers to conscious mental activities including thinking, reasoning, understanding, learning, and remembering. While cognitive skills are foundational skills used by the brain to achieve these simple activities. An information research was the one conducted by an international team of psychologists led by the University of Geneva at the Switzerland that assembled data from the past 15 years to quantify online gaming impacts on cognitive skill. After truly analyzing the data provided from the cognitive tests, the psychologists evidently found that playing online games increased cognitive skills when players did not engage in a large amount of gaming in a single sitting. This illustrates that online gaming does in fact sharpen cognitive skill through game mechanics that require fast reaction times and high attention capacity. An online game that greatly demonstrates this is Garry's Mod Prop Hunt, which requires player to remember the object or props in the game in order to hunt out other players that are disguised as prop. Therefore, playing online game is not only an entertaining activity but a beneficial one.
Okay, thank you Muhammad Airul for the present. This part I want to present about disadvantage of esport. But the first content I was got is a learning outcomes. For this issue was declining adolescent academic performance is one of the effects of uncontrolled video game. So the teenagers will spend their time for playing video game as opposed to reviewing, listen. For example, doing the assignment and homework given by their teacher. So this make the academic performance declining from time to time and will worry the school and their parents. Ultimately one of the consequences of uncontrolled video game is that adolescents academic performance will be declined. I think that's all about the learning outcomes. Okay, what next is about communication among human beings. The teenagers will become a person who do not to socialize or interact with people around them. So this is said to be because they don't have a chance to start a conversation following they are busy with the video games that they are so obsessed with it. So furthermore, they are unable to hone the confidence to speak in front of a general audience. This situation makes teenagers lack interpersonal skill. Also, the strictly speaking, make uncontrolled video games cause teenagers do not know how to social, lack self-confidence. I think for the communication, that's all. In conclusion, there are various effects that adolescents experience as a result of uncontrolled video games. Therefore, teenagers should hide a determination to curb video games from affecting the life. Through this determination it is hoped to produce teenagers who excel in their study, physically also healthy, and open their mind, intelligent in communicating and socializing, and finally make a good relationship with family members. I just find one example is from Sayyidina Ali bin Abi Talib once said that to see the future of country, look at the young people because they are determinants of the country future direction to be more developed and comparable to great country. I think that's all. By the way, thank you very much. I I hope you enjoy for our oral about the sport, and don't forget to share with your friend also. That's all. Thank you.
Forget what they doing, keep on doing.